Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right. Sports concepts and rationalizations kicking around. The dominoes are falling. Herbs to Jacksonville. We'll talk to the media at 11:30. Zoom call. That's coming up. The Falcons.
I hate these Zoom things. I wish they could have put him in the end zone and we could have all separated out. There are some things that belong.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I think that could be done. I mean, it's hard to be critical of an organization right now because they're hitting all the home runs. I don't know why.
I think they may do that soon, but I think to get him on, I think it's good so we can at least hear. You know what I mean?
No.
So I think to get him on, they'll do that.
Yeah.
But I think that might be something in the offing for next week or so. But anyway, so Urban, I think we're carrying. Are we carrying that presser here?
Yeah. That is the plan. Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
So we
11:30. I do want to make one point because it's coming up as a drum beat of the Urban Meyer hire. Okay, Not all Gator fans hated Urban Meyer. We were a little different in that. I was okay with everything. I appreciate what you did, and whatever happens somewhere else. It wasn't the smoothest transition. It wasn't the smoothest departure. Obviously, when you end up a year later, it's hard when you think of your place as the very best in the world, and then you find out a year later, well, there's someone the guy likes even more. So that part was hard, but it never, to me, overshadowed the appreciation for what he did at Florida, which will probably ever be the most successful run in the history of Gator football.
It was unbelievable.
I mean, he won 2 titles in 3 years for
Gator
Pete's sake.
Camelot, and then he did the same at Ohio State, and he did the same at Bowling Green. He did the same at Utah. So it'll be interesting to see. And he's only 57 years old. Who knows?
Saw Mullen in the transfer portal again yesterday. We'd already told you about the Penn State defensive tackle. I mean, defensive tackles, it's hard to go just by stats. The kid from Penn State doesn't have many stats, but as a fifth-year senior, he'll join the team. And now Daquan Newkirk from Auburn will be coming via the transfer. Do you know anything at all about Newkirk? Do you remember him as a recruit or anything? I don't.
No, I don't know much about Daquan Newkirk, but listen, they need help in the middle, and they've went and found it. They got a Penn State kid, and they got this kid, and that'll help with Gervon Dexter. They've got to get better defensively, obviously. Hopefully this is a good starting point for Florida that, going forward. So we'll see. There was a guy from Fox Sports who put out his top 25, didn't have Florida in the top 25, but did have FSU.
Probably forgot him then. It's silly. I mean, I'm not saying you should have him in the top 5 or to pick him to win at all, but not have him in the top 25 that's dumb. I promise you they'll be in the top 25.
R.J. Young had him in his top 25. He said part of his reasoning, it's become transfer U East in recent days and recent weeks. 8 transfers already lined up for the season, 1 or 2 more coming down the line. Love the addition of guys like Jermaine Johnson out of Georgia. #1 junior college recruit in 2019. Love the addition of Mackenzie Milton because if he plays like he did in 2017, that changes you. They're getting good in a hurry. I would kind of hold out on that and wait and see.
Getting good in a hurry? So what year did this author graduate from FSU?
I don't.
I mean, I understand shaking up the predictions a little bit, but to not.
Young was an undergrad student at Tulsa when Norvell was a grad assistant coach on the staff there, so he's followed his career closely. He's building the same. I think he's building toward the same type of magic here.
Tulsa. Well, if he's from Tulsa too, maybe that Oklahoma win over Florida registered a little more than it should have.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, just I thought that was interesting though. But nonetheless, there is one guy who is excited about FSU football coming up. So anyway, that's good for them. We told you the Yankees look like they got to deal with DJ LeMahieu. That was important for the Yankees, I think, going forward. I think that's something that had to be worked out, and it looks like
we did have other NFL the coaches. Here we are, the Jags controlling the entire narrative. But after Urban Meyer agreed with the Jaguars, we saw some of the coaches start to fall into place. Robert Saleh, who was an assistant here and has been with the 49ers, gets the Jets job, which to me is one of the worst ones out there. No talent.
Well, you got a chance to get Justin Fields.
You're in a big fishbowl. It's just
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. And then, like Arthur Smith, I think got the better job.
The Jets do have some I don't know. I think you got a lot of decisions to make if you're Arthur Smith. That's going to dictate that franchise going forward. The Jets have a little bit of maneuverability. The Falcons are anchored down right now with Matt and Julio.
And they do have some I believe the Falcons are one of those with some cap issues.
Yeah. Do you go forward with Matt Ryan if you're Arthur Smith, or they draft fourth? They can get a quarterback.
Yeah, I think you probably do both. I think you draft that quarterback but Matt Ryan is the quarterback this year. I think Atlanta's is stable enough to go the Aaron Rodgers route, not just because you draft a guy. Although fourth is awful high, maybe you should wait and get a Trask in round 2. I don't know. Those are the decisions you make.
If they draft a quarterback fourth, you immediately have a controversy.
Yeah, then I wouldn't do that.
Because you will. I mean, that's just
I don't
fact.
think they should do that.
And Matt goes out and does what you said he did early in the season last year. He's not playing the next
Matt
week.
Ryan isn't playing great, but I think you could win with Matt Ryan if everything else is buttoned up and right.
You said last year they lost games because of Matt Ryan.
And you saw one of those finally at the end of the year.
I saw one. I think it was a Chicago game.
Okay. I mean, then there was another one at the end of the year. He did it again.
17-point
Kansas City game.
Yeah, I did see that one.
We had a chance there. Oh, it was the Chargers.
Yes.
They threw it away three times in the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, it looked like Bortles. So, I don't think he's the long-term answer, but, man, you're bottoming out and you're going – If that is the case, then you right now should be really hard trying to trade Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
Yeah, you have to have – and listen –
Would Matt Ryan be a good fit, like if you're Pittsburgh or Indy?
Yes. And I think you have to – it's a tough one because, like, if you're Arthur Blank and you're interviewing the guy, what's your plan?
Too many Arthurs up there.
Yeah. What's your plan, Arthur?
Arthur Treacher.
You know what I mean? You have to tell me beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, I think Matt's done.
Can you win with Matt? Yeah.
I think Matt's done. I think we got to go. I think we got to go forward.
They have got suddenly they've gotten old. You're counting on Todd Gurley. You can't do that. I mean, they're bereft a little bit. They're the only guy now that. I mean, that's not true. Julio Jones is still a great player, but you worry about his health. He's aging. Ridley's a terrific player. He should be that 100 catch.
No, it's time. It's time to.
But they need to do an overhaul.
I think so.
And the defense has been terrible. It just never got good. Just never. It looked like Dan Quinn had that defense peaking in 17. The year that they lost to the Eagles, and then they starting in 18, they just get injured, bang up. Guys got worse, and it hasn't been good. Have you at all followed the trials and tribulations of El Pato?
What's El Pato up to?
Angel Cabrera, dude, is like on the Interpol list.
What?
Yeah, he's in hot water.
Brazil's federal police have arrested Angel Cabrera on Thursday and extradited him back to his homeland of Argentina to face charges for several crimes committed for the last 4 or 5 years.
What?
Cabrera, who's won both the Masters and the U.S. Open, was on Interpol's red code list. Police said in a statement the arrest was made in an upper-class area of Rio without announcing the suspect's name, only describing him as a 51-year-old Argentine. 2 federal police officers confirmed to AP Cabrera was the man arrested. The arrest was authorized by Brazil's top court, and he would be held until extradition.
What did he do?
They've charged him with assault, theft, illegal intimidation, and repeated disrespect to authorities. The media in Argentina reported earlier this month that Cabrera's former wife had filed 2 charges against the golfer. The reports also said that another former partner claimed Cabrera had punched her, threatened her, and attempted to run her over with his car in 2016. He is by far the most accomplished golfer from South America. Won the U.S. Open at Oakmont by the way, 1 shot over Tiger Woods, which makes it better.
Yes.
He won the Masters in a playoff. He lost another Masters playoff to Adam Scott. So we'll see. Being in a holding cell right now, anytime the word extradition comes into your life, we've gone down the wrong trail.
Yeah.
So
all my
exes live in Texas?
No, all my excitement, all my joy, all my anticipation went down the tubes in 3 minutes of the start of the NHL season last night.
Oh, no.
When the Island girls
What happened?
tallied 2 quick ones against the Blue Shirts.
Oh, you open up against your crosstown rivals.
And we ended up losing 4-0.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Is that what they say?
And my
in
guy,
Been saying it for
Lafreniere,
years, Jeff.
didn't score a goal. Didn't look like Sid the Kid.
Oh, no.
Kopka was not making anything happen.
Or like Crapo?
The Ruski goalie.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I don't know if you can say Ruski anymore, dude.
no. The young Blue Shirts, the youngest team in hockey. Yeah, it was bad. There's not a lot of good to come out of a 4-0, early 2-0, 3-0 after the first deficit. You just watch and see if they can get back in. And I watched I watched the second period and I gave up. So
You're not going to get any pity from me, pal.
no. I just wanted to point that
Will
out.
you
though.
guys
the NHL
be-
season did start.
Would you express your reaction to what I'm about to say more as surprise, or more as I don't know, pride? When I tell you that I am aware that the Flames lose a tough one in overtime to Winnipeg last night, 4-3. Is it surprise or is it
I'm proud of you.
pride?
I won't say pride because I don't think you went looking for it. I think you stumbled across it somewhere.
On Sports Center today? You think Barry Melrose let me in on the
Yeah,
secret?
I'm
Listen,
not
man, we got to start somewhere.
That's
I
fair.
know.
But
But
still,
I know.
at least listen to me. If you don't
I
think
would give a little more pride if you could knock off a couple guys who put the biscuit in the basket for your squad last night,
well,
or a guy who made a play, or one flame.
Here's the problem.
If you could do me that.
It's the Jet, Laine. He was traded in the offseason. This guy is some kind of A kicker. He had 2 goals last night, including one in overtime. So Laine of Winnipeg, another one of my favorite former teams, the Winnipeg Jets.
You went to Melrose Place is what you did.
By the way, poor Barry has got to get in studio. He looks just awful holed up in that little house. Today he had a big booger in his nose.
Oh, no,
we
Barry.
can't have that.
No, Bear.
Well, that's not Barry's fault. That's producer's fault.
Well,
Shame on director, producer.
gotta let Barry know
You
he's got the
gotta
booger.
know Bear.
Booger.
Bear, left nostril, bug. Get it out of
Booger,
there.
dude. I mean,
You're
I'm
going
a
on.
stage 5 clinger, too,
No,
man.
you
I mean,
can't do that. That's not his
Pure-
fault.
That's a vendetta from the truck.
Pure booger.
They
is what
did
we
that
had.
to. They did that. The director did that to Herbie at the game. Herbie was down in Miami. I don't know if you saw this, and they went back to Herbie and Fowler standing there for the 2-shot, and Herbie was sweating profusely, and he went to the forehead wipe, and as he's wiping, he comes back on camera, and you just want to go, really, man? Why you do me like that? And I guarantee he did. Anyway,
My guy Kachuk had a goal. He's our best player.
you just looked it up.
I
Stop.
did. I looked it up.
Stop.
100%. Yeah, I did.
All right. Puck talk. Herbs talk coming up 8 o'clock hour. What's next for the Jaguars? Presser coming up at 11:30. Herb Mania sweeping the First Coast.